What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, primed and ready to deliver you a bit of an update here. And this spiel is going to be at the beginning of both of our JLPC and NPBF videos. So I'm just going to redo it twice, because why not? Basically, the reason why things haven't been going up as scheduled and is normal because I've just kind of hit a rough patch. I was really depressed for the past several weeks. Just had a really tough time of it. And just couldn't get myself to get to the computer and upload. I'm doing a lot more work around the house and just been really stressed and whatnot. So I just haven't had the opportunity to get around to doing anything for myself. This is pretty much the gist of it. So I fell behind on everything, and I'm sorry for that. It is the last thing that I ever wanted to do, and I'm very upset that it happened, but we're here now. And I'm going to try to do a little bit of a catch-up thing. So what I'm going to do to get things caught up, instead of just spam uploading all of the matches, which can get really, really difficult to keep up with, I'm going to do a supercut. So what each video is going to entail is basically a supercut of the matches, just a quick little showing of the matchups themselves, the team builds, the matches, and alternate between the two, any transactions that took place over the course of the time period, and then we'll be all caught up so that next weekend all of our uploads will be back to normal. So that's kind of the goal with this. When it comes to the matches themselves, especially, I do have some of them recorded, but personally, I don't really. Some of them were kind of a little bit off. I didn't feel like myself, but one that I did, and I will leave this up to you, Jakers. Good old Jake. If you would like, I will happily upload the unlisted version of our battle. I will happily upload the unlisted version of our battle for you to still watch, because I did, I re-recorded it because I felt like the commentary wasn't great, just so that I can make it good enough, up to par, because I wanted ours, especially because you were looking forward to it, to be really good. So if you would like, I will happily do that for you, so you can still see it, but as of now, this supercut's kind of just what we're rolling with. So, in this supercut for JLPC, we are going to be seeing the team builds and matches for my weeks 5, 6, and 7 matches. This is going to be our matchups against Yogi and the Boston Ursarings, aka our boy Jake, Lunatic and the Austin Aces, and Cronus and the East Washington Luxrays. So, without further ado, let's go right ahead and get things started. This is our team that we had for good old Jake. I'm going to make sure to show all the spreads. I actually did record this once already, but I had it in the list format, and obviously the way I had my thing cut for recording it, I didn't have it. I was just using my base team building setup that I typically have, the dimensions I use for that. I just didn't think about it when I recorded them, but it doesn't show all of the mons. And I wanted to make sure at least all the mons got represented and their spreads are shown. I listed them off, but you couldn't see the spreads or anything about them. So this way you can actually see the spreads and see what's going down, and we can have a good old time. So we have Meep the Galarian Zapdos, Gene the Lickitung, Pennywise the Blacephalon, Shellshock the Blastoise, Loki the Liepard, and Shortcake the Tapu Lele. Now let's go ahead and hop into the battle against Jaker. And here's the fight between us and good old Jakers and his Boston Ursarings. He brought the Raichu, Haxorus, Galarian Darmanitan, Metagross, Lando T, and the Gardevoir. So let's go ahead and watch the battle. Lickitung versus Landorus to start. U-turns out into the Metagross, losing its Assault Vest. Meteor Mash, gets the attack boost immediately. Of course he does. Throw up the Wish, go into Rocky Helmet Blastoise, tank the Zen Headbutt, flip turn out, worried about a Thunder Punch. We see the Thunder Punch come out here, and then Meteor Mash kills Lickitung. Blacephalon, though, comes in, says, "Hi, I'm going to kill you now, thanks, have a great day." He goes into the Gardevoir. He's holding the Cassib Berry. He's a good man. He knows his berries now. Good boy, Jake. Well done, you've learned. But I do live his Shadow Ball, and I'm able to take out the Gardevoir. But he has a Scarfed Raichu, which I called it, but I didn't do anything about it. So, unfortunately, he is able to pick off my Blacephalon. And then he goes boom with his Lando against my Zapdos. So, put me on the back foot. Scarf Raichu is going to hit my Lele with the Volt Switch, and then I'm going to get some Rocky Helmet Chip on the Darm with the Blastoise. I live the Volt Switch here, and go for the flip turn against the incoming Haxor. It's going to take that thing out with a Moonblast, because I am Scarfed as well. He is Scarfed. I'm going to just get more Rocky Helmet Chip with the Blastoise. Then we're going to see the Lele come in here. I take the Thunderbolt. I hit him with the Psychic, but he lives it, unfortunately, because I'm an unlucky man. And the Scarfed Raichu is going to be able to take out my Lele. I'm going to be able to take out the Raichu with the Liepard. There's nothing I can do about the Darmanitan anymore, so it's going to be able to take me out. And Jake is going to pick up a 1-0 win there over us. So, unfortunate, didn't go exactly the way I planned. Was very hopeful for some of my sets to work out, but it is what it is. Let's move on to Week 6. Next up, we have our team for our match against Lunatic, who was still undefeated up to this point in Week 6. We decided to bring Meet the Galarian Zapdos once again, Loki the Liepard, Shellshock the Blastoise, Shortcake the Tapu Lele, Jean the Lickitung, and Weasley the Druddigon. So hopefully this team will be able to take us to a win against an undefeated beast like Lunatic. And here we have our game against Lunatic Wolf. Good old Lunatic and his Austin Aces. He brought the Alolan Persian, the Mew, which I hate, Silvally, Rotom Heat, Crobat, and Swampert. So let's go ahead and find out how this matchup plays out. Let's put it on fast. Knocking off the Swampert to start off as he Earthquakes me. Not too big of a deal. Going to Druddigon, predicting the flip turn, and I'm going to get that Rough Skin Rocky Helmet, basically removing 90% of its health. Not 90%, but most of its health. But we're going to trade Toxic for Rocks, and he's got a Parting Shot out here as he goes into the Rotom. I was hoping for a Poison here on their incoming Rotom, but it's unfortunate that I did not get it. I go for it again, hopeful, but not lucky. He's going to Volt Switch out, though, as I'm actually just going to go for Rocks on the Volt Switch. I knew that was coming, as he's now in the Swampert. He's going to flip turn out here once again, and I'm just going to go ahead and Toxic his incoming Persian, which is pretty nice. I go into Druddigon, expecting him to try to hit me with something, and I'm going to get that Rough Skin Rocky Helmet off on him one last time before I die to the Toxic. And that gives me the opportunity to go into my Galarian Bird and U-turn out against his not Dragapult, Ghost Silvally. I'm going to go for the knockoff here as he goes into the Persian, as Play Rough is actually going to be able to take out my Liepard here, but the Persian is really low. So I go into Lickitung here and just set up a Wish. I knew it was going to die, so I figured setting up a Wish wasn't that big of a deal. And it could help me get my Lickitung back to a decent amount of health. I am Toxic now by the stupid Rotom, who's also going to defog my Rocks away, but I'm able to get rid of his Boots, which is kind of neither here nor there at this point. I'm going to do well, get rid of the Poison now, and then I'm going to be able to go into my Blastoise here on the flip turn. I know I can take any hit from this thing, so he's going to Volt Switch here. Because I'm Assault Vest. I'm going to hit him with the Mirror Coat and take out his Swampert as it comes back in. So he's going to Toxic me, and I'm going to Scald his Silvally. I click Scald a lot, and I don't get any burns here, but that's unfortunate. So I'm going to click a flip turn here, expecting him to switch, as he does, and I take out the Rotom. Crobat does not kill me with its Brave Bird, as I'm able to get rid of its Choice Scarf. He brought Choice Scarf Crobat, which is pretty cool. And he's going to be able to take that thing out. U-turns on my Blastoise, so I'm going to fire off another Scald. Again, no burn on the Savali. And he's going to be able to take me out with the multi-attack here. Going to Lele here. Hit him with a Psychic. Take him out. I'm going to Nature's Madness this thing. It's down pretty low. He goes to the Shadow Ball. I eat my Cassie Berry and take like nothing from it. I hit him with a Shadow Ball, and he does not die. I think it was a slight roll, but it was more in his favor. But he's going to get the Weakness Policy off and be able to take me out. And with that Weakness Policy, he's going to be able to also take out my Galarian Zapdos. So, a very unfortunate situation that played out there. Probably should have just anticipated something like that and just gone for like Moonblast or something. But hindsight's 2020. No big deal. Let's move on to week number 7. So, after that debacle that was our Week 6 matchup, we decided to make our last 2 transactions for the season. So we are going to be dropping our Caporaja and our Druddigon, and we are going to be picking up, and of course there's no scroll bar, which is unfortunate. We're picking up Dragalge, and we're going to be picking up Aggron. So, completely replacing our Steel types and our Dragon types. We get a Poison type with the Dragalge, and we're getting Rock typing with the Aggron. A lot of fun things potentially we can do with these 2 behemoths, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see what we can do, and I'm excited to give it a shot. For the last matchup in this video, we have our team against Cronus and the East Washington Luxrays. This team is going to consist of our boy New Balance, the Rotom-Mow, Shell Shock, the Blastoise, Meep Meep, the Galarian Zapdos, Shortcake, the Tapu Lele, Jean, the Lickitung, and Loki, the Liepard. So let's hop into our game against Cronus. And we are here in Week 7 taking on our boy Cronus and his East Washington Luxrays with the Latios, Gigalith, the Excadrill, Melodic, Magmar, and Mimikyu. You saw our little team recap there a few seconds ago, so let's hop in and see how this matchup went. Let's throw it on fast and play with that music off. So we see the Rotom lead here as he leads with the Magmar. Obviously not good for me. I'm going to go into my Blastoise. I'm going to predict the Melodic to come in, so I flip turn. Get in the Rotom, and we're going to see how much damage we do. We do 35%. This is a very bulky Melodic. We take an Ice Beam, and it crits us, of course, because it's rude. We're going to go straight for a Psychic, and we see the Gigalith takes 40, so it's a decently bulky Gigalith, but we can break this thing pretty quickly. Stone Edge does way more than I wanted it to on my Blastoise as it comes in. I'm just going to flip turn again regardless, as I knew the Melodic was going to come back in, and I just need to keep this thing very low. Again, I go for a Psychic. Excadrill takes a decent chunk, and we do see its Life Orb here as I go into the Rotom. We're going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. We're going to miss that Will-O-Wisp on the incoming Latios, which is kind of unfortunate, but not a big deal. We go into Lickitung here and see this is a Choice Specs Latios here. No doubt on that. We throw the Wish up here. Wish Protect here as he just keeps firing off the Dracos. Nothing to worry about here. We get the knockoff here as the Magmar comes in, and we get rid of its Eviolite. So we're going to throw a Wish up here, and we try to go for the Protect, but we just get the Wish anyway. We're going to knock off the Gigalith, and we get rid of Smooth Rock, so no more 8-turn Sands for him. Throw up a Wish here as we're going to go down, and that Wish is going to go into, not our Blastoise, we're going to flip turn out on that Melodic, and we're going to get that Wish into our Tapu Lele, which I feel is the most useful at this time. So we're going to go for the Psychic as the Magmar comes in, and we're going to be faster than that, of course, and take it out. He goes back into the Excadrill, and he goes for the Earthquake as we go into our Blastoise, so it's going to go down. He goes for Rock Slide here against the Rotom, and gets the flinch. So that's kind of annoying because it would have been burned at least, and we wouldn't have had to worry about anything for the rest of the game. But we do just get the Will-O-Wisp off on the Latios here, as it's going to take us out with a Mystical Fire on the next turn. Knockoff is going to take out the Melodic. We were able to keep that thing at low for the rest of the game. I clicked Knockoff, completely forgetting that I got rid of this thing Smooth Rock already. But it's unfortunate that that is the case, but we do lose our Liepard there to a Stone Edge. U-turn on the Mimikyu and go into the Lele here. as he's actually unable to make a sub because our Psychic, which is nice, can actually get Lele a kill there. He goes for the Rock Slide instead of going for Iron Head here, so we would have lost if he actually went for the Iron Head, because Iron Head did way more damage to the Zapdos, and Zapdos could have flinched or anything as well. Wouldn't have been able to take out both. Would not have been able to take out the Specs Latios plus the Gigalith with what it had left. So basically, if he clicked Iron Head there, 2 Iron Heads would have probably put him in the position to win the game. But thankfully, we're going to be able to go back into the Zapdos here, click Close Combat twice once the Latios got real low, and pick up a 1-0 win to break the losing streak that we've had since week 4. Well, with that, that is going to conclude our Supercut for JLPC Season 6. Yes, Season 6. We are now currently sitting at 3-4. Ouch. Saying it out loud makes it hurt so much worse. We're sitting at 3-4, and we take on Decker next week and his Alabama Alakazams, which is always terrifying because Decker is so fucking good at this game. He's so good at this game, it's not fair. It's really not fair. I'm not looking forward to facing Decker next week. It's always a good match, but like he's so good, it makes it so much more stressful. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you have not already. And stay tuned for our upcoming JLPC content in the future. Until next time, guys, I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Peace.